Hello.
Huh. Who's spreading gossip about me?
Not bad, Abby. Thank you. Hello. Mm, a little more than a week left for the 4.4 to hit. Can this game just give me one good Himeko chest relic? Nah, the game hates you. Hmm. Yeah, why not? I can't hear. Wait, my volume is working like normal, I believe. I'm skipping Himeko? Understandable.
Your downfall is absolute. Feeling spiffy? Can you find the answer?
I mean, I just don't care about story. Nothing?
Step onto the board.
Out farewell. Tomorrow. Trial is fitting. Serenity is before me. Watch over you and guide you on your path. Future will come.
Farming for Himeko.
Find the answer.
Core flames consume me. Hail the new dawn. Quench the flames of blood.
Yeah, I saw the infinite loop, but no, I just don't care. I don't know why anyone cares about infinite loops outside of beta. It's just useless to care about.
Tear the sky. Hail the new dawn. Quench the flames of blood. Her agony. Tear the sky. Quench the flames of blood. Is that all? Branded with strife. All stars burn to ash.
Your downfall is absolute.
See you next episode.
Press the attack.
Out farewell. Future will come. Tomorrow.
A bloody fight. Feels spiffy?
Future will come.
I don't like the HSR community. Grass is green. Ugh.
Quench the flames of blood. Her agony. Tear the sky.
Dude, how am I not getting anything? How is this even possible? Not even on like the easiest relics to get a double crit for. Oh, I need to heal them.
Step onto the board. Your downfall is absolute.
Actual gameplay, I mean I need to farm. Because this account kinda wants to pull Himeko. E1 S1 Sunday and E1 Welt with a golden token. If I lose to Welt once in the next half year, through either standard banner or limited banner, I'll be able to get his E4. So I'd have an E1 S1 Sunday Nova and E4 Welt for Himiko. Is Sunday better than RMC? No. But he can be close, I'm pretty sure.
Can you find the answer?
Yeah, I don't care about infinite loops though.
The beast?
Future could come. Tomorrow.
Press the attack. Your downfall is absolute.
To doubt farewell. Core flames consume me. Hail the new dawn. Quench the flames of blood. Is that all?
You need E6 Tribby. It's not even just E6 Tribby. You need perma for more targets. E6 Tribby. I think E6 Emblade, E2 Cassie, E2 Luocha, and then some of the most unrealistic stats possible to even try and replicate it. I don't think there's a single person in the game who can replicate it on live, at least right now. Because the investment is just like kind of weird, unless it's like a full whale. But full whales usually tend to have not the best relic quality, so. I mean, I don't, like, I just don't care about loops. I don't know why people care about them so much. Nobody in this chat is ever going to do that loop. You could say for the next 2 years you still wouldn't be able to do the loop. Yeah, like the E0 loops that Saber and Gilga were doing, and like Akron was doing with E2 Emblade. Like, yeah, those are very easily achievable. They didn't even need specific relic stats all that much. That's more understandable. Pretty sure they can just make bosses that stops loops after a certain point. Yeah, they could. You just put it on a boss, like, if I take, let's say, 10 different attacks before another character on the enemy team has taken a turn, then, or like before I've taken a turn, then just go back, right? Or like have a indestruction. Like, for example, the story bosses have this. If you try to kill the story bosses too fast, and it's like too fast before what they want you to do, your damage just fucking goes to dirt, and you basically do nothing. But that would take a while for them to implement anyways. Doesn't matter, the whole team is E6S5. Hoyo never wants infinite loops. It's not an infinite loop though. Like technically. Because it requires a certain amount of enemies permanently. Like, there has already been other teams that have been able to do some bullshit in Pure Fiction for a long time now. And they haven't bothered patching it because it's literally only a Pure Fiction thing. Like, I don't think they care that much. You're never going to have perma 4 targets. In any other mode. And also, no one can replicate that in live. Nobody has the relic investment for it. Like, just don't care about loops. Nobody in this chat is ever going to do loops. It's the most, like, LARP thing ever for casuals to pretend they care about loops. As if they're ever going to replicate it at that investment. There's a reason Himiko Nova loops are being kept a secret by testers, brother. There are no testers keeping secrets. They're just lying. It's likely that it's reliant on certain enemies on the field. Every Himiko Infinite ult loop has been reliant on enemies being on the field a certain amount. No different to this Cassie Infinite ult loop. It's not repeatable in single target. Stop LARPing infinite ult loops. I mean, it just is LARP. 99% of people don't even understand the root cause of these infinite ult loops to begin with. They just see someone say infinite ult loop and they don't look at the context. Like, nobody was calling Cassie 0 AVing Plight at insanely high investment in infinite ult loop. You know? For some reason, this is just like a new gen thing for like the newer HSR players, where they think like everything is an infinite ult loop. Is Triby E1S1 better than Cyrene? I can't answer that, my friend. It it depends on the team you're using them in. I've answered this question way too many times.
Thank you so much for your honesty. If you want to keep going,
Is Gilga LC a good generalist, Lyco? No.
look at me! We tried everything. Just how is anyone supposed to?
I don't feel like theory crafting Robin's kit with Himiko. It just depends on whether or not she's a generalist, like RMC. Maybe, if she's a generalist like RMC. People said that. I mean, yeah, people, like, once again, it's just HSR LARPers. Oh, once they get power crept in 2 patches, they won't be able to do this anymore. Like, that shit never happens, bro. It never happens.
Just how is anyone supposed to?
Silverwolf got power crept in 2 patches. Brother, Silverwolf is missing a teammate, man. Like, you guys just never learn. It's so embarrassing. Please just learn. Holy shit.
Excuse me. Can I have
So many people. Look at me! We tried everything. Just how is anyone supposed to?
People judging the strength of certain teams slash DPSs off of unfinished teams is just so dumb. It's literally the dumbest thing people do every time that leads to the most misinformation being spread. The Aglaya mains were saying Aglaya was a better investment than Cassie at the time because her team wasn't finished. Herda was glazed as like the best DPS. No one's gonna power creep her when she released. Because you're comparing to fucking new DPSs with one teammate. Mind you, a sustained summer. I'm gonna ban you, man. This is like the 6th time at least that you've tried to push this narrative, and I've explained to you again and again and again that elation is the only path in the game where there is inherent benefit similar to the way mono rem works, with being paired with other characters of your own path. To the point where you can run an Evanesia and Silverwolf duo DPS and it unironically works. I'm not going to explain to you 7 fucking times in a row.
Thank you so much for your honesty. If you want to keep going,
excuse me. Can I have the bill?
Silverwolf feels bad to play compared to Eva at E0. I mean, they basically have the same cost clears across everything. I don't even know how that's possible. I think that might just be a skill issue with managing the certified banger. Also, Eva's team benefits more from Huo Huo than Silver Wolf's does.
Thank you so much for your help. If you want to keep going, jump over my ghetto self.
Huo Huo generates like 40% of an Eva ult.
Excuse me, can I have...
What do you mean? You try every single area around here? Just how easy?
People cope that Pearl kicks Huo Huo from Eva team. I mean, I wouldn't really say that's cope. I could see Pearl being better, even if she doesn't have the ER gen capabilities. It just depends on what her kit buffs, specifically. She could definitely be better than Huo Huo. Now, yeah, if she's a speed buffer, Evanescia doesn't give a shit about speed, really. That's mainly a Silver Wolf buff. But, like, I'm sure there's other parts of the kit that she'd benefit from.
Thank you so much for your help this time. Please continue to support. If you want to keep going,
Huo Huo is not that good for Eva. But she's better in comparison to what she is for Silver Wolf.
what do you mean? You try every single area. Just how is anyone's...
More punchline means certified banger, which means more energy for Eva. Yeah. Like, this just happens every time, bro. This always happens. Where, like, people just underestimate best in slots every time. It happened with Sparksy. It happened with Yao Guang. It happened with Ashvale. The only reason it didn't happen with Emblade is because he's a fully generalist support. So he was still strong outside of Fua teams. Like, it's happening with Sunday. People are confident that Nova Sunday is going to be as shit as Huo Huo's. So he's now not really going to be a best in slot for Himiko even after Nova. Like, people have this, like, trend of just severely underestimating dedicated teammates for their teams. And also not considering the fact that every new version, it's just a bigger and bigger jump with dedicated teammates, which makes it much more likely for them to be that much more important. It didn't happen with Sparksy, bro. The team isn't finished. Fuck. Cyrene fucking blows for Casterus if you don't have Evernight on the team. Like, understand this. This is a team game. Not everything instantly works as a instant 50+% upgrade without the optimal team. Nova Sunday could be played with Eva. It probably wouldn't be optimal unless they massively buff his ER gen when he uses his ult. Like, if it suddenly becomes fully regenerating in Ultimate, then maybe. But if they don't change his ER gen capabilities much, I don't know. Cypher was also marketed as best in slot for Acheron. She wasn't great either. You are actually just so dumb. It amazes me. And so dense. Like, this revision is this is what I mean when it comes to HSR revisionism and people absolutely larping shit. The second Cypher dropped and Silverwolf got a Nova at the exact same time, Acheron's cost to zero cycle endgame legitimately halved in comparison to Zhao Q teams when Cypher dropped. And you guys are now fully basing your opinion on how shit Cypher is for Acheron 1 year later when M-Blade exists. Because you now have someone better to compare to and be like, oh, Cypher was shit and underwhelming. Wasn't she best in slot for Archer? Yes. She was best in slot for Archer and she was best in slot for Acheron. I mean, it's just like, it's so annoying, man. This is why I don't like talking that much about, like, meta stuff these days anymore. Like, there's so many people who pretend to know what they're talking about. And it just hurts my soul every time I have to read a message. I feel like Phanon going through, like, the infinite cycles where it feels like no matter what happens, people just don't change their way of thinking no matter how many times they're wrong. Wasn't Cypher tied with OG Silverwolf, Nova, and Tribby for Archer? No. Silverwolf was usually better for sustainless clears, but without that, and without, like, very low targets consistently, Silverwolf usually lost to Cypher. And Tribby needs, like, 3 or 4 targets consistently, so basically pure fiction type shit, in order to be better than Cypher. And because Cypher's true damage mechanic could also ignore boss damage reduction, it was significantly more useful in practical gameplay. classes, yeah. You can't deny Cypher was just washed. Brother, Cypher wasn't washed when she released. Like, you guys are so boring. Holy shit. Like, yeah, Cypher could have been more. I mainly just wanted her sub DPS to be higher. But, like, Cypher is completely fine. Like, you guys are like, oh, you guys are just, it's so annoying, man. She's literally still one of the strongest Nihility debuffers in the entire fucking game. Like, the only ones that beat her are E4, Welt, and M-Blade. Their support releases and they aren't really good. Yeah, but who said that Cypher wasn't really good? She was really good when she released, which is my point. You guys are just doing revisionism. Holy shit. Like, you're in version 4, looking back at version 3 with zero clue about what you're fucking talking about. And then doing revisionism that, oh, everybody knew Cypher was dog shit back then. Everybody knew she was ruined. She had 0 uses. Every other character could tie or be better than her. Like, that wasn't the case. You're being dense. She wasn't that much better than alternative options, RMC, and E1 Tribby. Oh my god, man. Like, you guys are so stupid. You guys want one character to be best in slot for every single team. And you want that to repeat itself every time a new support comes out to say a support is good value. Holy fuck. Oh, but I don't want power creep. I don't want power creep. I just want every new generalist support that drops to instantly be best in slot for 90% of the teams in the game. And that's the only way I'll say they have value. Otherwise, I say they're fucking overrated, washed, garbage. Like, it's just so annoying, man. Like, now, with this logic, if M-Blade outperforms Robin in every team except Memo Slop and Himiko, all of a sudden Robin's value is dog shit, even if she's a generalist, because she can't keep up with M-Blade. Like, this is the logic that's happening right now. It's such a joke, man. Cypher has no place on Acheron and Archer teams now? Brother, it's been over a year. Obviously. Like, what the fuck is the point? Even Cyrene can get replaced by M-Blade in fucking Mono Ram of all things and be on the same level of value. That's called new power creep in a new version. Is this like something new? This doesn't apply to just one character. M-Blade is better than Tribby across like every fucking team in the game almost. Even in Herda teams, where that was like Tribby's one niche in which she was like fully best in slot for. she gets beaten by Emblade now. So are you now gonna say that Tribby has zero value? She's dog shit. She's washed. She wasn't that good of value when she released because you can just kick her out with Emblade on every team in the game. You use Tribby and Emblade together? You can use Cypher and Emblade together. Like what? Like what are you trying to argue here? You could do the same thing. And Tribby is gonna get replaced by Avon main DPS soon anyways. She's temporarily best in slot for the FUA team for one patch. Wow. Like, because she has nothing else. Oh my fucking god, man. Like, it's just... there's no way I can describe it outside of just being purposely dense and dumb. Don't pull generalists? Fucking terrible advice. I like generalists personally and still use Ruan Mei, yeah. I've been using the free E1 Mei through golden tokens on multiple of my accounts for a long ass time. Whenever a team isn't fully finished yet. Pull units like Dahlia, Hyacine, and Yao Guang. This guy named the only 3 units in the entirety of the game who have that type of value. That's irreplaceable in teams. Well, actually, no, there's one more with Kafka. Like, units like that aren't common, man. Just because units like that exist doesn't mean you can't pull generalists. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. People will go crazy saying Cass or E9 were shit depending on who Robin replaces. I mean, for the strongest Memo team, it's probably kicking out Cassie. Because it's better to make Evernight do more damage, and Evernight's more important. But, yeah. Like, old people have been... It's always hilarious to me. Like, the double standards that people have for Memo slot because they probably invested in it is absolutely disgusting. Like, you mentioned, like, an 8-cost team for any other team in the game. People will be like, oh, how the fuck am I supposed to get this much investment this quickly? But whenever you talk about Monorem, people are like, yeah, this is the strongest team in the game. Best in slot at fucking 16 cost. Nobody can compete. Robin kit ain't out. Yeah, I mean, Robin's kit has gotten enough leaks from semi-reliable leakers, and one of the more reliable leakers on our side already confirmed a specific part of the max HP scaling in 3 memo sprites. So it's likely that the rest is also true. Robin SP was never meant for Himiko. She could be an upgrade for Himiko. But like for example, one of the more reliable leaks, what is it, Uncle Y? Uncle Y's like long list leaks. Like so far he's been like 95% of the time correct with everything. He even guessed Avin's, oh it's, I guess it's not a guess because he knew. But he knew Avin's and Robin's path plus element like months earlier. And in the league it mentioned something of like after allies take a certain amount of actions, they'll get an action advance. Like for Himiko, if that works with her summon, and her summon's like super spammy follow-ups, and it gives her action advances for it, Robin could be best in slot for Himiko. If that were to be a thing, not gonna lie. And like obviously if her buffs are generalist, like RMC.
Thank you so much for your help this time.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's her specific after sales, I'm just saying it can buff her and be a best in slot teammate for her. I don't care, just return Robin's 2.x meta position back to her. I mean, to be fair, it is decently expensive, but considering she's in the golden token now, E2 Robin is actually quite good across a majority of teams in this game. Although it is E2. Because it massively helps her energy issues and gives a bit more of a speed buff. I could actually get E2 Robin right now. But I want to hold on to my golden token and see if I can like lose to a Welt at some point. So, because E4 Welt is higher value in my opinion.
Thank you so much for your help this time.
Summer, we've already been through this, man. I'm going to ban you, I swear to God. Type one more message about that shit. Type it.
Thank you so much for your help this time.
Like, it's just so annoying, man. You don't see 90% of a character's animations yet. You try to push your own personal preferences and make it everyone's issue because you're not happy about it. Like, just move on. Holy shit. They're giving Evanescia and Sparxia skin a few patches after their release. If you think Avon SP and Robin SP aren't going to get skins at the end of version 4 or early version 5, you genuinely have to be delusional. Like, respectfully, what do you want to see Avon do on a fucking surfboard in his animations? Do you want to see him in a dark cloak? Fucking Joyous from ZZZ? Dark cloak Avon riding on a surfboard? Like, it just genuinely makes me angry. This game does something unique for once in its fucking lifetime in terms of designing characters. The last time was My Day, where they finally updated the male model to be at least a little bit more muscular, and they actually had a dude show a little bit of skin. This is the first limited character in the game to have a completely different design from the normal fucking pants and long sleeves that every character has. And people complain about it and say it's lazy. Like, I do not want the same reheated nachos for 5 years straight, personally. I'd like at least every once in a while. Keep in mind, this is like the first time this shit's ever happened for something new to actually release. It's also hilarious to me, the switch up on Evernight. Like, everybody's like, oh, every SP needs to be like Evernight. Evernight's the goat of SPs. Evernight had the most, like, accusations of being the worst SP in the game because people were complaining she felt too different from March and it didn't look like it was going to work well. And they were calling her fucking concept design AI generated. Like, people just switch up every time when it comes to SPs. Every time. Without fail. My issue with Plan Arcadia is that majority SPs and a few new units. Brother, 4.6 is Pearl, 4.7 is Nihilux. 4.8 is an Amphorius patch that probably isn't going to have any old SPs. And it's probably going to be a new character. And there's still other in the blanks for those patches that are probably not SPs either. They're just getting most of the SPs out of the way during Plan Arcadia. And this is a fucking Honkai game. Like, do you have any idea how many Raiden Meis exist in High Third? I'm pretty sure the last time I checked, it was like nearly 10. The same with Branyas. Like, this is a Honkai thing. Whether you like it or not, it's just part of how this series works. I think it's the two main pushes are both SPs right now. Yeah, but Nihilux is the third main push and she's not an SP. Like, it's just my opinion. It's your opinion that you've spouted like 5 times on different... Do you guys think I have the memory of a goldfish? Like, do you guys think I just forget every time you bring up the same thing in chat just to instigate? Like, just don't play HSR. Like, I hate to say this, but genuinely, this might be the only time this actually works and this take actually applies. It is a Honkai game. This series is filled with SPs. It is filled with it. Every single Honkai game is like this. You're legit going into a burger joint and then complaining that 90% of the food on the menu is burgers. No problem, chill. Amphorius didn't feel like that to me. Brother, Cyrene is just Elysia. Phanon is just Kevin from High Third. Anoxa is just Sue from Honkai Impact. You weren't able to tell because it's your first Honkai game. That shit was just as filled with XPs and SPs as fucking version 4 is. Even Cypher is also a character from Honkai Impact. Not the same name, but like there's a character with an incredibly similar design. And they took it from Honkai Impact. I don't remember her name though. She's also like a cat girl. I hope I don't go get SP going to the SP factory. Yeah, basically. Pardo? Yeah, that's the one. Like, the only reason people feel like 3.x didn't have as many, like, non original characters is because HSR is the first Honkai game you've ever played. Like, this is just normal, man. Once again, they have like fucking 10 Branyas over there in High 3. Thank God we don't have 10 Branyas yet. They could have already released like 3 or 4. Yeah, like the game gets like half SPs, half new characters. Which, like, I don't know. Maybe I see it differently, but like, what's wrong with that, genuinely? Let's say you're someone who prefers the SPs. That's cool. You know, they get more story relevance, they keep coming back. Same character that you really like. New animations, new role, new kit, whatever. It's like nice for them. And then if you're someone who doesn't care for the SPs and you prefer the original HSR characters, then like, what about it? Like, you have more time to save. This game doesn't give you enough pulls to pull every single new character that releases. Like, you get to save more pulls for those original HSR characters that you like. It's not like they're as scarce as Men in Wuwa or anything like that. Like, yeah, sure, the game might focus on releasing a lot of SPs, but there's also still a lot of original HSR characters as well. I'm tired of eating ramen slop. Send me some pizza and burgers. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I'm also eating ramen slop, so it's tough. I bought like a huge pack of what is it, like the spicy chicken noodles? I prefer it spicy because the normal is just too fucking bland. And I've been eating them like the past few days. Avon surfing is definitely them growing. Like, what is this logic? Are you stupid? Did you even read the drip market where it said he got promoted to be on the same level of like a tier in the IPC as Jade and others? Like, you guys don't know the story, and then you say, "Oh yeah, wow, they totally changed." It's not like we're still stuck in the 4.3 story and their story's in fucking 4.5. Look at me. I'm an omnipotent god who can completely guess the story. Like, it's such a joke, man.
Thank you so much for your help this time. If you want to keep going,
Mm-mm-mm. There's still only 4 original characters in 4.x. There's Yao Guang. There's Ashvale. There's... Well, using Tactician's logic, Evanesia would go in here. But I won't include Evanesia, I guess. Pearl. Nihilux. There's an Ampho patch in 4.8. That's probably not going to have any SPs. That's a new character. And there's still like 1 or 2 more limited characters in both Nihilux and Pearl's patches. That probably isn't an SP, otherwise they would have already been leaked. So, by the end of this version, there's going to be around like 6. If not slightly more, possibly. Like, you're telling me that you're going to complain about 6 original HSR characters in a year? As if a free-to-play could even pull more than that, usually. You might not even be able to get 6 characters in a year, depending on how shit your luck is. Silverwolf didn't get much story presence. She didn't. It was mainly Evanesia who got like that crazy story presence or like importance. 4.6 and 4.7 are single patches? No, they aren't. Just because there isn't a second character leaked for those patches yet doesn't mean they're single patches. That's not how that works. Maybe one of them, but it's highly doubtful that they do 2 in a row. It's not hard to believe. It is. Because Anon leaked that Himiko will get an after sales that isn't Robin. It's not going to be Pearl. It's not going to be Nihilux because they're both Elation. It's likely not the Ampho character because the Ampho character is probably for the actual Ampho lineup. So there needs to be 1 more character. This game has never done 2 patches in a row with only 1 new limited character. Like, what do you mean it isn't hard to believe? They've never done it before. Who will it be? Nobody's leaked? Brother. not just because not every specific character is leaked doesn't mean that they don't exist. What is this logic? Do you think leakers know the entire character plan completely for a single version? No. They almost never do. I checked a graph and Genshin has the most pulls per character since 1.0. That probably doesn't apply anymore with HSR's free characters. If you don't include HSR's free limited characters, maybe. But that's like a huge, huge thing to leave out. Like the golden token shop is actually kind of stacked at this point, and it only get more stacked. Like you have Welt, especially after his Nova. You have Nova Huohuo. No, Huohuo has the best performance of any sustain on Pride Win statistics for the average player. So Huohuo is the best sustain in the game currently for a lot of people. And then you also have Robin here. And then Topaz is in the next Nova batch. So we'll see how Topaz goes. And then you also have Ruan Mei. And then you also have like Donhung PT, Archer, Gilga, stuff like that. In Genshin, you don't need to pull weapons. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of HSR characters that can go without their weapons and instead go for teammate or Eidolon investment as well. Genshin has much more hyper-specific enemies that are much more annoying in comparison to HSRs. Like, I don't even play Genshin, but I saw this one Genshin boss on Twitter today while I was scrolling that apparently requires, like, only pyro units work against it. Only pyro. This isn't like a, oh, you can use other element. Like, no, only pyro. You don't use pyro, you're fucking done for. But also, it can activate pyro immunity at times. At the same time. And then also, if you do like this specific elemental reaction, it works against it. But only that one elemental reaction. Like, that shit is genuinely 10 times worse than anything HSR has. At least currently. Who was your favorite characters when you played Genshin? Hu Tao and Farina. Among the Fatui Harbingers, it was Arlecchino and Columbina. Yeah, like Elation Free Lycone is kind of banger. Like, I can check. Let me check Pridewind's Lycone jumps, calcs. Because they usually have calcs for Lycone jumps. Like, most of them are under 30%. I think for nearly every Elation character. And then it's only Silverwolf, who, like, has a pretty good Lycone jump. Elation. Yeah. So, like, Yao Guang, she can easily use Mushy. Her signature Lycone is less than 10% better overall. Same goes for Trailblazer. Sparksy, her Lycone is only 23% better than Mushy at S5. Evanesia, her light cone is 27% better than Mushy at S5. So like none of these are even hitting 30%. And their Eidolons are significantly better to invest into. I think it's only Silverwolf. Yeah. Silverwolf's light cone is 33% better than Mushy. This is the only Elation character who has like a 30+% jump.
Let us set out, my
Yeah. Like for Silverwolf, in my opinion, it's better to get her E1 before getting her light cone. Or like E1 Yao Guang, to be honest, either or. And then especially getting Silverwolf's E2 is way better. Evanesia's E1 and E2 is also better. For example, like let's use Ashvale here, right? His E1 and E2 is better. Emblade, his E1 and E2 is better. We've gotten to a point where like Eidolons have gotten so much better in comparison to the olden days for most characters. Light cones aren't really all that worth it unless you're like deathly afraid of 50/50s, right? But you still have to deal with a 75/25. So it's kind of annoying. Like you still have that chance of losing on light cone banners, which is why I prefer to go for Eidolons. My point is that the endgame is balanced around E0 S1 characters in HSR. In Genshin, it's balanced around C0 R0, so the 20 to 25% difference matters. Yeah, but like, you really need to include the fact that HSR's average pulls per patch is like 30 higher in comparison to Genshin. It has a better weapon banner, and then also the free 5-star releases. Like, it's not like, you know, it's just that as you see it, really. And to be honest, if you invest in the right teams, even a full E0 S0 team will perform well like a year later. Like for example, I was actually like scrolling on Reddit earlier. I was like getting some Cassie mains posts and I saw someone say that they used like a full E0 S0 mono rem team and only one person had their signature being Cassie and they got like a 3 cycle with it. Like Cassie is more than a year old at this point.
excuse me. Can I have the bill?
Look at me! Betrayed every single leader. Ugh, just how easy.
I mean, I do think it is worthy of glazing Genshin's 4 stars. Like, sure, maybe they need C6, maybe they need this, but like, truthfully, I think it's understandable glaze for some of like the peak Genshin 4 stars because like their value has lasted so long. Like Bennett, I genuinely think he's like omnipotent at this point. Like it doesn't even matter if like I've heard that maybe they're releasing someone who's like slightly better soon or already did in comparison to Bennett, but it's like, bro, this guy's 5 years old. He's a fucking 5-year-old 4-star and you're telling me that only now he's getting a limited side grade? I think that is pretty impressive.
Thank you so much.
No, there are some like newer 4 stars in Genshin that end up being decent or good as well, I've heard. Yeah. Also, like, I may knock Genshin's pull count, but the reality is there's a lot of people who do this because of the low pull count on Genshin. They'll just buy a Welkin. And technically, if you buy a Welkin in Genshin, it has the same pull count as being a free to play in HSR. So, people would technically still have the same pull count if they spent $5 a month on the game, which I imagine a lot of people do, so they don't care that much. Oh yeah, I have heard some sucrose glaze as well. By the way, I've actually been curious about this because I don't really play Genshin that much anymore. Because Genshin releases 5 stars much more slowly, are their reruns also slow? Or do they have like fine reruns? Yeah, yeah, they have slow reruns. I thought so, yeah. I feel like that might be the only thing that like might bother some people. Like slower releases usually mean slower reruns. I mean, I did see something on Reddit because sometimes I get recommended the other Reddit's leaks page. Apparently, Leeway characters are going to get buffed soon in Genshin, so that should be interesting for like Hu Tao and the others. I really wish Genshin just had like faster movement for the open world and a skip button. I can't play the game unless they add a skip button and like better travel.
Excuse me, can I have the bill?
You can fast click now. I just wish Genshin was Wuwa. Well, no. Like, I. Okay. I wish Genshin had the QOL of Wuwa, is a much better way to put it. I wouldn't want Genshin to be like Wuwa. I prefer Genshin's, like, very different style and the way they create their regions and the way they design their characters. To be honest, I'm kind of tired of, like, Wuwa has some of my favorite designs in Gacha before anyone says anything. But I feel like too many gachas these days are trying too hard to go like the Unreal Engine 5 route with incredibly realistic graphics. And it's getting to the point where like a lot of games are starting to look similar. So I actually appreciate Genshin's kind of like uniqueness a little more in the current day gacha market. Isn't Wu a UE4? Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like Unreal Engine in general. Their character gameplay is ass. 5 star supports legit press one button. I mean, yeah. Like, I'm not saying their animations are anything game breaking, but the game just has its own style. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm sure Genshin is like quite fun for the people who really love it that much. I'm only here to LARP and push ZZZ agenda. uh,
Who's
Columbina was disappointing animation wise. It's like, how do you, like, what's the point of putting your hopes up for Genshin animations? Like, I get HSR. HSR is always like going all out for their animation quality, but like you know what you're in for with Genshin characters. You're getting like a single animation for like 1 second. Like, do people really expect to get something fucking glorious out of nowhere? Yeah, I know. Like, you can say you wish for more, but it's just like clearly the game has shown you a pattern for like legit half a decade. Like, at that point you should kind of understand just the route the game is going, kind of, in my opinion. Like, for example, it's like the same people who were complaining about Evanesia's animations in comparison to Silverwolf, who's the main push. It's like another one of those things where, like, yeah, maybe if you're a newer player, or if it's like your favorite character that got shafted in terms of animations, I can kind of understand it. But like, this game is old enough to the point where people can understand the main pushes are the ones that get the best animations, and everybody's at least a tier below, and that's just how it goes. I don't know why people complain about Eva's animations. Well, like, fans of a character just always want the most. That's just kind of how it goes. Like, you always want more, of course, right? Like Phanon animations, Cassie and her Death Dragon Pollux animations, Himiko's animations. Like, sure, you can say one is like more appealing because it's not too over the top, but also that's like a personal preference thing as well, right? Like, a lot of people do like the over the top animations like Silverwolf's, especially like the younger audience, I imagine. Younger audiences prefer like the flashing lights all over the place. To be honest, the only Evanesia animations I kind of find underwhelming is her skill and her elation skill. But I really like the summon follow up and the ult. And since she's an ult DPS, I don't have too much of an issue with it. I mean, Eva's getting a skin in 4.5. So maybe she gets a skin of what you want, Abby. Long animations get boring after a while. I think Silverwolf is the best farmer in the game. If you kill enemies fast enough before she triggers like one of her Pac-Man thingies in her ult, it'll automatically go to the next wave without having taken up anything of her attack. And you can do like you can legit kill 12 waves in like a minute. So even though like Silverwolf has pretty over the top animations, I think she's also the fastest farmer in the game if you have enough investment on her. They did Silverwolf pretty well. Even Cyrene, it's always the characters with pink hair that have the worst fans. I mean, yeah. This is just like a common thing. The more like kind and loving anime or gacha character is, like all the fans of them are some of the most annoying people possible. And the most like hateful. I swear it's just a common occurrence. Cyrene has bad fans. 99% of the time when I see like an incredibly shit take, it is from a Cyrene profile picture. Unfortunately. Or even just like in terms of being some of the most like annoying and hateful people, it's also still usually Cyrene's fan base. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's just pattern recognition. Unfortunately. And then Evanesia also had some of the most annoying mains in the game. Same thing. Before Evanesia and Cyrene, though, it was the Doc characters, probably. Like, the people who clung to the Doc characters were definitely the most annoying. Remiel is hotter than Cyrene. I think Cyrene is hotter. Remiel? Well, actually, yeah. I think that's a good way to put it. Maybe, like, Remiel is hotter because, like, she's made that way on purpose. And her animations are kind of made with, like, trying to be sexy on purpose. But I think Cyrene is prettier. Yeah. I think I like Cyrene more. There's no anime character hotter than Himanova? Really? Himanova is the one you die on? To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I might prefer standard Himiko over Humanova. Wait, I don't have Himiko on this account. Oh. But like, I think I might prefer a standard Himiko. Who's your favorite viewer? Kiwi. Anya? I mean, maybe. I'm not a big Anya fan. I'm more of like a Kana fan, probably. In terms of those types of anime characters. Kafka SP? Maybe in version 5. Kafka's pretty old and she's decently popular. I wouldn't be surprised if she got an SP. Is it okay to say I find kids annoying? Grass is green. Go Huo SP? I mean, I'd be happy. Yun Lee SP, Huo SP, Clara SP, the goats. Acheron SP, Firefly SP, and Kafka SP in version 5. Eh. Maybe. Maybe. I can't take another Firefly? Why can't you take another goat? Shout out to Brats. Shout out to Brats. That's why Yohu from Wu was the goat. Fire Slop, Fire Goat, Fire Wife, Fire Life. Everybody just hates to hate. Fire broke? Okay. Why do we have to be rude to Firefly, man? Not every Stellaron hunter, or sorry, yeah, not every Stellaron hunter is financially stable, okay? Stop being mean. Fire Goat has the best gameplay in the game. Have you seen Infinite Ult Loop? Yeah, Chad already mentioned it. I don't really care though. I don't really like looking at things that I can't accomplish myself. You know? That's just kind of how I am. So I don't really care about an infinite ult loop existing at fucking 20 plus cost in certain situations with god tier relics. I hate Cassie. I think she's a fraud. I mean, Cassie is just like kind of a Silverwolf situation. Where, like, yeah, she's a main push character, but her lore relevance isn't like that high. Like, she didn't really get enough, in my opinion. It was like so focused on Phanon. To be honest, actually, now that I think about it, it's literally the same. Like, the current story is like so focused on Himeko. I mean, why would I ever play this team? It's just nice to look at, not to actually play. Try the team, trust its meta. Alright. This is about to be game changing.
Do you want to enter the final reform? Watch this. A direct defensive. Step onto the board. Go on. Have some sunshine, please. I'll never be so
Uh,
Mavis. Dispel the gloom. Destroy the skies. In the coming days, I shall step onto the board. Your downfall is absolute. You're spiffy? Can you find the answer?
DPS Hyacine.
Show me the way. A bloody fight. Have some sunshine. Dispel the gloom.
Your goat Clara's washed. Just wait for the SP, man. Wait for the double skill. Wait for the double skill. Here it comes. Wait, it doesn't work? Ceredra's double skill doesn't work with Hyacine. Oh. What a team.
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog. We'll be safe here.
But yeah, this is just a nice team to look at. Not for actual gameplay. In case that wasn't obvious. You know. In case that needed clarification. Clara could have won if you built her. Cap. My goat is meta. Cap. So Svarog ran away? Nah, he's right here, look. He's just hiding in the shadows. Why does Clara not wear shoes? Because it's better. She's all natural. She doesn't need shoes, even in the snow. The cold doesn't bother her anyway? Yeah, exactly. Like Elsa from Frozen. In the future, there will be a team of people with no sandals, no shoes, just grippers. For now, it's Yunli and Clara. We only need 2 more to fulfill it. Why does she have a jacket then? Aura farming. Tuspier kind of reminds me of a capybara. He just looks so, like, out of it. Like, look at that. Wow. He really is just a capybara in the soul. What did I miss in this stream? Nothing. Just me gabbing it.
Take caution.
Hyacine skin 2 in 4.5. She'll. Oh. Why so serious? She's looking at my soul. Cyrene SP? No. We just need a Yunli. A Goatly SP. Give up on Brick Lee? No. Make Yunli SP step on the enemy? I agree. Like that one character in Silver Palace, Cinderella? More feet. Yun Li SP, but her kit is just E2 Faye. Eh, we good off that. Is Jade Brick? Yeah. That's on copium? Not really. Legend says if you combine Clara and Yun Li and Sunna on the same team, the world would end. But that's just what the myths say.
Take caution.
How far does that go? Not far. Should I pull OG Avon in 4.4? Yeah. Like ZZZ has Lucy, has Piper, has Jingyi, has Sunna, has Nekomata. It's not fair, man. It's not fair. Nangong, mid. Norma, true. Bro did not call non-goat mid. Sunna and Arya carry, man. I don't know how to tell you this, but they carry. Bro only likes the shorties. Yep. The shorter, the more portable. Olive AOD is goated. Cap. Do you think the Cyberpunk collab is the best gacha collab we have received so far? I haven't even played that shit. Not gonna lie. Ugh. I just plan on skipping it, yeah. I was only logging in for Rebecca, and I want to get enough pulls to guarantee Jingron and his weapon. But I've kind of left behind the S3 plans because I'm too lazy to play the game actively. Lolimaru? Always. I kind of want a gacha to collab with Demon Slayer so I can get Nezuko. I feel like it's the only anime that's like kind of probable because of how stupidly popular it is. Maybe I'll get Nezuko one day. Is My Day a Phanon merchant lore-wise? Yeah, basically. Half the guy's lore has to do with interactions with Phanon. And then 99% of My Day discussion I see on social media is also just related to Phanon. The guy doesn't even have like his own character anymore.
Final week for unlimited free drink. You ain't anyone.
Haikyuu and Kyuuon. We good. That's all I ever see about My Day? Yeah, same. Oh wait, I almost forgot to include Tribi. I only have Tribi on one of my accounts, which is my Anoxa one. My Day had a great lore in 3.1. I don't even remember anymore. I just remember him having that cool ass spear throw. And I was like, man, why couldn't this be his ult animation instead? It's been a while since I used My Day. Is he trash now? Watch my last video. My Day and Tribios are cooler than the entirety of Plan Arcadia so far. I mean, Amphorius was in a much more serious setting, while Plan Arcadia is in much more of a comedic setting. So that's not really surprising. Like, you aren't really supposed to take anything happening seriously until likely the 4.4 story. But even then, like, Asap Pramod is also kind of goofy. Even on the comedic side, Cypher still no diffs. Cypher isn't really like a like that's just a personality quirk. Like, we're talking about an entire planet's theme is comedy. Cypher is just one character. And even then, she's nowhere near as goofy as Assad. Cypher, no diffs, Yun Lee, Cap. Like, why do we just lie? I don't get it. Too many people sleep on Goat Lee. My Day still 0 cycles everything. E1 S1 My Day, E2 S1 Cyrene, E1 Tribby, E2 S1 Hyacine. Yeah, that'll do it. Sparksy no diff Cypher. True. But Yunli no diff Sparksy as well. Next version, people will say Plan Arcadia is better. Oh, 100%. Well, they'll say the entire version 4 storyline is better. Because technically, it's the same storyline, but split between Astropolis and Plan Arcadia for version 4. Version 3, they spent the entire time on one planet. Alright, chat. I'm going to end this stream here now. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night. Good luck with your folds. And peace out.